What specifically do you mean by this? Let me understand.
Yes, we are looking at implementation of some of the policies around education.
So you are looking at what do you want to do with the policy? I want to know the basis for doing that. The policy, or is it that once the policies did not be implemented, what are you going to do towards that?
We want to identify gaps where some of them are not implemented. Like she just gave a scenario here. The issue of the welfare for rural posting, teachers for rural. If we are able to identify those gaps, why is it that they are not? We will now form an advocacy for that.
So if you go through the strategic plan, I think it speaks around the compliance with some of these policies and guidelines. Okay. And so the only way to ensure the compliance or the implementation, so then it's a little bit of I think. Sorry, let me also add this, that the document needs also to go through for some politicians because of some of the errors in the document right now. So it speaks around compliance with some of the policies. We have policies being implemented, being developed for their implementation, and that would also guide us to identify whatever gaps are there, and then the weaknesses of those policies, and also create areas of advocacy to the relevant authority. So, I mean.
Also, my question would now be, who is this workshop going to target? Because you say this is saying conduct workshop on policy audit. Who are we targeting this workshop?
It's us now.
It's the members of Kadbeam.
So we can audit so my other is advocacy.
It's capacity building also.
Identify areas of gaps that will inform areas of advocacy.
So add that one.
Workshop on policy audit and identify area of gaps for advocacy.
Yes.
Identify areas of gap.
On guidelines and
for advocacy, for advocacy. Okay. So the next one, conduct workshop on result-based monitoring for improvement. What does for improvement or dialogue? What do you want to achieve out of this? Result-based monitoring. Result-based monitoring.
My head is
down.
Number 8. What do you want to achieve?
And number 8, we say conduct workshop on results-based monitoring. So what we want to see here is, you know that number 7, we talk about policy audits and identification of areas and gaps. So here, we also it's just the output of whatever we're able to harvest from the policy that will inform the kind of workshop we want to do to improve our capacity, and then to ensure that we know how to really track the progress in some of the issues that we identify in the policy audits that we did. Again, additional angle of it is to not have dialogue with the government partner. All of us are seated, we now present those things, then we now put us there to find solutions to the issues.
So, in addition,
also, it's like 2 or 3 activities try to remind together so that
yeah, I don't really. You want to say something? Because I'm still not. It's saying this one because this one, if this one is here, for us it's actually clear that if you've done this audit, it means that you need to like advocate for based on what you are. So
okay, so I have to do.
So I don't need to have
just dialogue.
So if I may, we're looking at members trained who would is that result-based monitoring. Members who would be trained to be able to like in the what do you call it, evidence committee now.
Okay.
We need to train members who will be able to bring about the result we went into the field to get.
Okay, so we can just define it now. Say just
So I think the policy dialogue can be removed. Because I mean, usually we have these dialogues after we have gone to this field and then we have come out with the data, particularly when we have developed the scorecards and we are presenting to the government partner. So that can be removed. I mean, but because it's a culture around the scorecards, we can remove it.
so is it weird because I know you have this one that you do like infographics that
Yes, so that's where we present and we have the dialogue.
Okay. That's what I get it now. So let's move to 9. Conduct advocacy to relevant stakeholders.
No, we have moved from there.
We won't confuse us later. Remove the policy dialogue.
So remove the policy dialogue, Alex.
Because we know that after we have done tracking of course activities, it's also part of like dissemination of the findings.
So now, number 9, conduct advocacy to relevant stakeholders. Now we need to be specific stakeholders where advocacy visit to superb chairman or to the local government chairman or to commissioner education or to whatever. Stakeholder, right?
It's for relevant authority concern.
Working on that.
Relevant, you can't specify.
Working on that.
Hold on.
Depending on the
Education.
matter.
Which stakeholder is not relevant?
Excuse sir.
Yes, so that's what we identify.
Those that are working
relevant.
around education.
Depending on the issue on the ground.
Yes.
Relevant authority concern, sir.
So if you
Relevant
say,
issue.
because there are some that it should just be that we want to stay with
Quality assurance.
or policy assurance. Except you want us to just
Now,
limit it to a particular group.
no, that's fine. If you were to, but my point now to address barriers to education at all levels. I think we shouldn't be broad. Can you address all barriers? So we want to pick one specific thing that we think we advocate for.
No, so barriers vary from location to location based on the previous activities or experience that we have had. And one strategy we used was for traditional leaders and religious leaders, we brought them together in one place. Like we had an engagement in Kano. We now identified champions within or influencers within communities. We split it into two
Groups.
trainings. We had them come together, the first local governments, and then we had a second one where they went back again to influence, have their own activities. We developed some work plans for them. They went back to implement in their various communities.
Implement what?
The activities we identified in the engagement we had with them. So we brought in also there was one we did for, I think we had some even market women, some. Then we now went to the communities themselves. There were some of the traditional leaders that were very open, and they invited us. We went to their communities. We met with some of their other leaders within the community. Even Edu Marshall were even, I think, in which of these communities, also they joined us. So I think there are different strategies to it. And so there are different institutions, stakeholders that we need to identify, the traditional leaders or community leaders, the government institutions too. So there are quite a lot of them.
Now, when you say stakeholder, I didn't argue that for that because you cannot say you want to do everything at the same time. You must pick one issue and run with. You cannot say I want to carry all the barriers. Do you know the number of barriers to education?
No, we brought them together, but we didn't work on all of them.
So that's what I'm saying. It's better for you to be specific on barrier. What do you want to
we were not addressing them particularly. So if you are going to address a particular barrier, say it is any marriage, you are going to have like series of activities also or channel towards them. But what we did was we brought them together and they identified it and they went back. You understand? And we got all those reports. So we are not, ours is just advocacy. So if I identify like 10 of them, we present to them, it's for them to take back to their communities.
Okay, I'm still coming back.
Okay, sir.
That was what we did there. the fact that you do something this way doesn't mean that that's how you're doing it consistently.
But it gave us
No.
results. You maintain what you
Yeah.
When there is correct.
Okay, it gave you results.
Yes.
Don't you think that is that the only way to give the best results?
No, we can't strategize.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So the fact that we've done something in the past this way doesn't mean that that's the
Yes.
only pattern you should continue
But
to.
let's not cast it on stones.
Okay. Let's go to number 10.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I think inside our strategic plan, we're talking of the access, completion, and retention.
Good.
That's what Kadbeam is looking at.
Good.
So can we narrow ourselves to that?
Good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
You mentioned
I
that
understand.
everybody knows that this is where you are looking for.
Yes.
Let's know that, look, so what is we are doing here
Yes.
is not for only play. Somebody, a partner can come tomorrow and say, okay,
Yes.
we want to see where, for instance, let me give you whatever, we have reaching out of school projects
Yes.
that is going on. Now, there are all these things to access,
Yes.
to increase enrollment drive. Say the children are handling that company.
Yes.
Right? So they may begin to say, okay, you have plan on this. Can we actually partner to help us to do ABC in that area? It's some of this that
Yes.
whatever.
So,
You understand? When you are specific,
Yes.
somebody can look at it, okay, this is where it's something that we can actually go along with.
because in the document we're discussing access, completion, and retention.
Okay.
So let's look around those three.
Okay, let's
What consistent?
from where?
Later you discuss that with her.
She said what? Where?
I'm asking you. I'm
From
asking you.
From what?
When you go to the process of access now, you go and find out the reason why there is no access. So let's reach there.
So I'll come back to what was saying.
Gloria, talk to us now. We are not hearing you.
Let's go ahead.
Okay. Good. Number 10. Let's go to 10. Since the assessment will be the same. You can see what you mentioned. I think this is the same thing again. Okay, this is sensitization. Okay, sensitization.
Excuse me, please, sir. Can we add technical education here? Because at the end of the day, we're not doing anything on technical education. It's not here at all.
Okay, we are.
It's coming.
What I'm saying is, you find out that there are people that when they finish primary school, because of the fact that maybe they have low learning disability, ability, they may be very good in maybe learning handwork or something. Now, then for secondary school, some may finish JS3. They are not able to continue, but they learn a skill. We don't have anything like that around here. And then we can advocate for that so that everybody will not, it's not everybody that will end up going to primary, secondary, and then end up in tertiary, the university. But if we have something about technical education, learning skills, it will also go along so that at the end of the day, the government will know that there is a
compulsory vocational learning for secondary school that the government has just passed the policy. It's a compulsory vocational skill training under government.
In schools or
Yes.
Where did I start now?
Yes.
It has been there since so, but at the end of the day, there was no implementation. And if we can advocate for it, that's what I'm saying. If Kadbeam can advocate for it, it will go along with it. Because it's not there. It's not there in writing.
Yeah. So that now hold on. Like somebody was just suggesting that this should be another activity. Like we were just saying, it's not something that we can implement within a year. Some of these things even long this. Now I want us to look at it this way. Group 1 and Group 2. Is there anything you think is important, high priority that is not captured among this?
What about the feedback from the community?
Say that again.
I said I was talking about the feedback.
I think that community also, so the district or whatever. I think
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah. So which other thing?
The teachers.
Yes. Where do we put in, because this idea is really, when you put in this idea, we discuss about extensively regarding the distribution of teachers, advocating for that. Is you part of the barrier that we mentioned up there?
It's number 10.
No, nine, this one.
It's part of the explain. It can fit in
So,
as the
maybe,
barrier.
can
It
we go
can
back
also
to,
fit in on what do they call it? Areas of advocacy.
So maybe-
Remind us, and because of walking around the barriers, we'll also be identifying issues of advocacy. So whatever we list for, we have measured for advocacy, is not limited to what we have.
so you are suggesting we should leave as barriers to education. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So,
Or since it is known, it can still fit in on both sides, barrier and then also.
So you're saying it should be prominent. It should be.
yes, let's be specific. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you can just add what do you call it? Teachers distribution.
Yes.
Yeah, teachers.
So you call it teacher balance.
Yeah, advocacy visits to address barriers to access, enrollment, retention, and teachers redistribution. And teachers redistribution.
Comma
No, no.
and
You don't want to remove
enrollment.
It means we have to bring it to after levels. We now say
No. Enrollment, comma, retention,
And after retention.
After retention, that's where you have and teacher distribution. Redistribution, I mean, education at all levels.
No, after retention.
After retention.
I think there's a group that will talk about
That's why we're integrating.
After the adding
So
up.
where can we add capacity building for the teachers? And then we have to look at the change in education. You know, just on the 24th, the International Day of Education, they had something about AI and capacity, human capacity building. So it's something that Kadbeam can pick up and advocate for. So that to ensure that we start doing it. She just mentioned about the level of teachers they get in some of these localities. So what are they doing to make sure that these teachers are educated or they come to the level they want their teachers to be? So we need to advocate for that and it should be fixed somewhere.
Let's not be too ambitious. My counsel would be that let's look out for the low-hanging fruits that we can grab. There is so much to do, and we can't do it all.
Get the low hanging fruit, then look for ladder.
Yeah, so let's just start somewhere, and then as we progress, we're bringing in many more other things. Because if we don't get the basics, we cannot even talk about, this high-sounding IT, e-learning. We are not there yet.
we are even talking of AI and this. We only have one smart school in the whole of Kaduna State. Only one.
When we go to
Just one school that is smart.
So that's
It's not yes. Regardless, it is not even smart.
So
Maybe you have not went deep during that.
So that's the
When you went deep, most of the facilities are not working. Which of it? Smart school,
why not in our discussion, why not we should conduct an assessment at grassroots
can we just focus on this?
But we have to include that AI something.
Let's just focus on this next.
AI is computer.
Yes, computer.
Can we hold on? Let's leave this one for you. Cannot you all? Right? Let's just leave this one for now.
But I'm talking as if there's one somewhere waiting for us.
So thank you very much. If there is no whatever, we are going to the next level. I don't know. Are we breaking for lunch to come back because we've not taken the last? Yeah, the lunch is well. We've not taken the no. Let's take this one so that we take our lunch once and for all. Right? Because I fear some people will disappear from there. So, Oga, it's your day now.
Okay, good day.
So thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
Alex,
I'm really
share that with Secretariat, and share with you. Okay, Secretariat. Secretariat will share with you. Tell Ajinabo.
So I don't intend to take much of
Secretary.
Okay?
Gloria.
I will be discussing
Tell Ajina.
more than I will be presenting. Because I wouldn't want it to be an academic session.
This one is not. Who was so class?
Don't worry. So, well done. I don't want to strain my voice so that I can conserve my energy. I need to go out gymming later. So, once again, good afternoon, everyone. We are very grateful for your attendance, your participation. I'm from the Abuja office of PLAY. I do public-private partnership and also financial inclusion. That is my role on the PLAY program at Abuja level. And I appreciate every colleague here, the team on ground, for the hard work. Esther is not here in absentia. Ahmed is here, and Grace and Co. Thank you very much for your great work, and every member of the country. So I am here to discuss PPP medication. I don't know if we are conversant with the concept of PPP medication. Who knows anything that has to do with PPP, maybe in general, before we narrow it down to the education sector? What does it mean? So I'm going around. I like a participatory class. Let's put energy and life in it.
It's a concept where the government and the private sector will put their heads together and, get a fund that will fund one particular, project. That's what I understand by it.
Okay. Any other?
Okay, I don't think different from what Angela already said, but sometimes it's not all about the two people coming together to fund. It could be partnership without spending money.
Yeah.
So just a matter of bringing government and private the private sector together to work on particular goal.
Yeah. Thank you very much. From this other side, what we understand, Madam? Oh, sorry, my director, you are on call. Before you go, what is your understanding of public-private partnership?
Public and private, just like
In education sector.
just like it's public and it's private. The public is on the financial.
Thank you, Madam, for coming.
So I think one key thing that is clear for us is resources are not always solutions, and things are not increasing deliveries. So even government needs to know the money people also support the community. Most cases are in this situation. So I think the loss in capital and more contributing in terms of money, and in the period of technical support, that we leverage on what somebody might have the time to go and teach the class, and government is able to give the class support. What do you think about public-private partnership? Why is it important? It's very important. Just as the directors have just said it, these are the public is from the government, while the private is from the ordinary or the local people that can be able to come or develop something that is very benefit for the community will benefit. Yeah, thank you. Let me say. What I am actually about is how we raise public aspects of PPP. Yes. private sector decides to put in resources, whether technical or monetary, whatever the case may be, what is the motivating factor for private sector to do something? Like the rates coming to and pay for vaccines, and putting in these resources there as what does this time play? Right now? So, what's the interest of the donors and the economic partners in supporting Africans, Asians, whatever they support, whatever they want to support? What do you think is there? Multifaceted interest, different and you all know how I feel. Whether it is monetary benefits, whether they want their companies to get some contracts and leverages in your country, whether it is political interests, whether they want whatever. There are many interests. So I will not make you know, because for each donor, it's doing on its side. We have varying interests. Interest checker, it's not that. Like the economic interest, political interest, interest. So for you, there's not really many things. That's why they extend kind of support, whether financial or technical. Sometimes we get data, but then later, you know. But the local partners are interested in the data. That's why we are here. We don't have data, and data is money. Right, so let's come back home. Are we aware that we have PPP for public-private application for public-private American sector? Yes. How many have heard about PPP for public-private estates? Only you. Madam, are you ready? So we have a structure that's a clear program facilitated the establishment of that structure. Only private for one of the yes. And of course, what people are saying. If your members attend meeting or workshop, represented, and there will be a kind of feedback. Because someone is representing can't be enough for them. So if the couple of you training or what people are meeting, that is like them too. But if you let them know about the structure of the forum, how long the things you are here. So what are the forums that you mentioned across your main information speaker says we should have a budget of the activity that we should report back so that we'll have an idea what we want to get transferred in that meeting and use the outside of policy or public package. So based on that, the interview was conducted and the assessment following of that assessment was disseminated to stakeholders in the state. That was in early 2013. 2023. So when that situation was done, and of course, as stakeholders were invited for identifying and the flaws established, a subcommittee was set up at that point. So afterward, I think the second meeting, the workshop was conducted for the strategic plan should be developed, and that was drafted at the end of the workshop. And after the workshop, the construction actually facilitated that. We sent back the workshop, and the next workshop we went for was exactly when I said the Kadbeam was represented in one city. So here, the strategic plan document
them and the motivation for doing them. You can just see some of them are very constant value for money and are very motivation. Private sector has efficiency, has innovation to offer. Public sector has the power to create policies, and a lot of them also putting money on the table. Not all the time. Private sector also has the power to put money on the table. But what would be their benefit? As our chairman just said, you know, for private investments to happen in the public sector, there must be they must find to gain some, whether they're using their corporate social responsibility resources. You see them maybe renovating schools. How many of us have seen maybe banks renovating schools and all of that? These are some of the partnerships that I'm talking about. And then the same bank maybe building a block of classroom in a school or in a community or borehole, sinking a borehole, doing one kind of community improvement. So all of that is done with the sole aim of getting to advertise their brand and patronage from the community and all of that. So they do all of those things for their own benefit as well. So for us to get them working, we must be able to know who they are, what is private investors or private players, what we think is time to do, whatever project we want to spend and invest. We must be able to map them out. Who are they? Where are they? What are their lines of interest? So we are saying that we need to identify private players that can support what we are doing in education. And to do that, we would like this forum Kadbeam to work closely with PPP forums to be able to mobilize resources from our immediate community. What is the role of government? Government is to plan and structure PPP projects, and in turn, private sector will be responsible in implementing the project. And of course, we have to get financial or non-financial benefit that is maybe it comes in different ways. So of course, we use some of these constraints to utilize the private investment. Inadequate lack of funding and commitment on the part of the government, they don't honor some of those things. So we must find a way around it if we really would like to see private investments in public sector, in public schools, and any community initiative. So this table, let's look at this table, please. This is not a potential practice at federal. So I don't have all the information for Kadbeam. So when you are on ground, you know the thing better. So but this is just a guide on how do we go about doing this. We have to map out potential partners. If you are looking at the private sectors, who are the key players? It's not very different from what we have here. Commercial banks, microfinance houses, institutions, private businesses and firms. Those that are major in the state, and those that we are oriented towards community development. So let's identify them, and then the nature of support we can come in form of loans, corporate social responsibilities. Sometimes it can come in form of investments, where they start to pay something for the partnership in terms of maybe financial benefits. Other times, the financial benefits are just being focused on, increasing their market share. We'll be able to advertise more things, maybe there for a building wall or something, school, tank, water tank, in a single home entity, their own or a telehouse. So these are some of the things we can do. And then also map out the public sector constructive collaboration between one MBA and the other. So we can do that, then our community. If we do that, we have appropriate private individuals how do we ensure that we don't miss out? Well, next, the education sector goes worse from what it is now. We have to leverage private sector support. And these are some of the things that we can achieve with PPPs. So we are expected to work closely with the forum to also, see how our innovation hub would work better. How do you know about the innovation hub that was put together by the Kenny? Are we aware of the innovation hub? Okay. So, I would like to talk a bit about the innovation hub. Where it is where we are working faster.
One of the initial of establishing is situated in the Capital Schools Education Authority. That was the purpose and equipped with systems, and that was done last year in 2024. We have laptops, desktops, digital boards, projector, data, right? We have data and all that. So right now what we are about to do is to network the system, connect it together, then install learning objects in this system so that schools will probably apply things and start utilizing that. And that is the first and serve as forum where we can meet and discuss this now, what I thought that we started doing that. The last BC examination, that was the center we used in marking on the recording the exam scores for the students. So we use that for to actually quickly. Initially, it is was developed in this for this, but with that facility available for everyone in the moment. So I think that's what I can see. So this is this year we are hoping for all of this course. That is going to be important. Then we install that. So the government officials are really happy. Private school association will train some of us before how to navigate the development content. This is very important.
So currently the innovation hub is open to the public and it is open to Kadbeam particularly and before. You can use that location for your meetings, you can use that for learning, personal learning, and to also encourage teachers and education managers especially to utilize the education innovation hub. We have systems there and then we will network at the end of this month, right? Before the end of the month, already the consultants that is assigned to that has been contracted. We hope that we will be able to get that done. And we will have that place open and we expect that we can always use that place for our events. It's free. It's free. So I mean, I let people know that yes, on the site is so that people can interact that place. It's free. So that we will be there so that the learning content will be also there. It's also being finalized and the consultants are working with some other learning content will be there. So if you want to learn many things from different subject matters as educationists or even school managers and all of that, it's likely on the education sector since that's the purpose of paying. So, but it's open and then we can welcome also development collaboration of development partners. So they want to pay more on that piece and they would like to also showcase the artist innovation hub because we really want the public to utilize it as well for the public and it's open to all. So, to move forward our discussion on PPPs, there are so please.
Why inside quality assurance come and visit. How to ensure that at the end of the day, you don't be around.
Okay. Now, I will take an answer the question. You want to ask the same question or not?
No, sir.
So let me try to respond to that first. Now, remember, first, the criteria was that before being able to provide support, is that you must have a space that is secured, right? Because whatever organic or whatever I don't be secured, I'm not guarantee that the job is done. So, and we are looking at when we went around this. Now, in fact, let me do it this way. I went maps, that's the industry of trying to offer a space. But someone advised that in this administration, someone will say, why not our ways we are accident. So, at the end, we ask the community whether they have space in this education, and we hope that we do what is involved in the space. So, they are also the reports. We want how many people always think what is done. So, we now say, okay, what is our authority? And we know that, of course, we identify the time, the person for spaces, before this crime duty, came on board, that one woman, the other was something that she was active. So, we go in this space, no one will be for space, because we require for the office, we must get space and it's secured. When we have a custody, someone will be there that can do that. Yes, as it is now, that those all these assets are paying property. The way this might happen, you don't miss anything kind of property. So also don't miss that. So I don't think we agree the first thing you gave to space and I sure that that is that was the benefit of this office. So and before we do that, we have to provide online on windows and even some of them have to secure the property. So that is the essence of the indication here. I would say for me, of others, the public record doesn't mean that anything can just have access to that. No. If you are having that, you want to go, you can only access it. You can say because it's for anybody can put it all. You can say you can just use it at the teaching stage. As time goes on, you have to like see what they have to do. You have to go each have because the level of capacity assurance is because you don't want to practice this. So for now, this is what we have. I think this one. We understand that. So the virtual access is we're trying to put together. There are pieces of work to make management content and manage content with two different consultants. They are almost concluded. That will be launched as soon as it is like those systems are worked. They will come to do the launching and then do the access virtually. So that information we will also get from Mr. Allen in due course. So it's good time. If we saw, okay, sorry. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. As my question here is this innovation hub, is it the learning content that is about to be installed? Is it peculiar to primary and secondary school or including A-level? That's one. Tertiary institution. That's one. The laptops and the desktop that are put in there to place, can people with special needs, can they have access to that? Especially blind. That's my question.
So the first question has to do with sorry. The first question is no, I know the last one is that the last one for now, no. But I can't do because of course even
primary education system. So go on the grammar better. So that's what we were able to vision and capture. But modification will happen as we see the policies of government change and all of that. And in terms of disability, yes, there has been several convenience, and we are getting to that point where we are put in place needed learning aids for persons with disabilities to be able to access and do those things. The plan is completely automated. Okay, so the fullness of time again, Ahmed and policy audit and what and what we are able to get done. So coming back to my subject matter discussion, there are different models of PPPs in education. One is called education what? Government for students to attend private or community schools. It's one of the models we have in education PPPs. It's similar to scholarships, except that they are being sent to a private school. When scholarship, government will still pay for you to attend the public school, maybe somewhere. Okay, maybe at the university level. It's not common in basic education. India, Pakistan, and many of these Asian countries, and even in African countries, have used education programs given to vulnerable people from poor communities to be able to send their children to school. Those vouchers are like scholarship papers. They take private school. Government will pay. And sometimes because they have limited capacities in their public schools, we can only accommodate a certain number. So other students will have to go to private school for such reasons. Sometimes parents choose and opt to go for a private school, and they can access the government vouchers, education voucher. We don't have it in Nigeria, functioning in Nigeria, but it's something we are building on, and they're sharing with us here. We know these things exist, and as we work together with our people, we are expecting that we can push and advocate for some of these things to be implemented here. Because of course, we need to have the contact they are correct. We need to, so we can revitalize some of those things. Our educational process is used in different parts of the world. Enable learners access education in public schools. It's difficult to achieve, but it's something that if you serve for a government will not have. And it's cheaper. It's cheaper to educate a child in private school. How many of us know that in public school? When you factor the capital cost of education management, building infrastructure, everything, teacher salary, and education management and everything at least, and you divide by letters, that will give you the true cost of education per head in Nigeria. Yes, anywhere in the world, that's how we can it. It's not the PTA only pay their private school, the public school that is the cost of educating the child. That will come and also parents. But the cost for government is everything that they spend in the ministry, everything in constructing a school, everything has to be put together and be divided, for it to determine the cost. So in many countries, what they decide they do in Pakistan and India and other countries, US and others, is instead of government building more schools, they would rather give education vouchers. It's cheaper for government. They can educate more of the population. That's when they're encouraging private investors. So if you and me want to build schools, we can build schools. Government will send them for us, pay the vouchers, and we will educate the learners. So it's happening in different parts of the world. I don't know how feasible and realistic. Can we do that? Can we look at our context? Or can we modify something similar? We have the charter schools, public funded or privately managed institutions. This is where also government can hand over the management of public to the private market for effectiveness and efficiency in our business. it's not convenient, it is likely to create little drama here and there because people will start to sit and all that because it's going to put people on their toes and you will not like that. But if we really want to make changes, these are some of the ways to go. They are not exhaustive, but they are things we can do. How can we domesticate? How can we adapt in our companies? So the infrastructure is mostly these happen at tertiary level, where you see private owner of postcards, relatives to private police education. They build and then the private investors build because they are managed the postcard. If your child wants to stay in private postcard, which are normally better managed, they have the facilities and things are working. They have their board and everything. Instead of staying working, you want a child to stay on campus, but you want him to or her to have better facilities. You can pay. Having a child your world can stay in such infrastructure. So it's also going to defense technology, educational roads, many other things. You hear the concept of tourism. These are all private initiatives. To ensure that public facilities work well, you have to bring private managers. Is it possible to that in private managers manage public? Is it possible? Can we do so? We believe that is one way to go. It's possible.
You know, the private is possible, but the political way for them to buy it. It's one thing that will have to work on that. Because if they are not interested, no matter what,
So we can do that as part of our research to say, okay, these are the using Singapore, and this is success rate. This was used in Ghana, this is success rate. So with all of this information, we are happy.
Okay. Again, have mentioned, we can share lots of research findings where it has got, even in Lagos, during the current president's regime of work, he was able to push for some of these things, and they were able to record good success rates in Lagos. So, that's doing it again. Look at your context. What are your peculiarities? How can we come out there?
Because the house fair, they are government. You have this job, so at the end of the day, if you're giving the education, the management of education to private people, they are telling you that okay, you are trying to remove from other people's house. So that means finish your education, meaning that they're very good. You should have the same thing. What now happens in the other?
So for me, that's not an issue because already you are able to meet up with the environment.
I know what they was. I think if we bring media down, we're not disparaging. Don't worry, say the gap that we are able to.
We are not competing with public schools. So the coverage is large. The population is out. We are not having anything. Even the ministry and the superintendent, there are schools out there that coverage is not everyone. Look at the population of most of the private schools belongs to them. That's another thing. Then if you operate this similar to what I mentioned, private investors can finance the project and run the project with government subsidies. Sometimes you have this kind of support in some of these countries, but it's not very common there. But how do we encourage government to see it's a responsibility of government to engage with citizens, right? And it's a constitutional right in Nigeria, even though it's not possible. Sadly, but it is a right, it's there. So it's a on paper. So how can we encourage government to see the need to support private schools? Maybe that's what it is. Private schools, helping you engage. Why are you tracking them? Blah, 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 blah. Multiple taxation, very high taxation. So these are some of the things we are advocate for. If they are not charging them high taxes and all that, because if you charge them high taxes, they will have to transfer the cost to the parents. That's business sense. So if they are encouraged to tax credits and all of that, can also government be able to support them financially. In Jigawa, for example, in collaboration with one of the universities, Jigawa state government, it just took me like 2 million to access direct debit, and private schools are also being expected by it. To access simply takes interest loan for them to be able to expand their operations and then also improve their facilities and all of that. Which is a good one. Can we see the possibility of also encouraging the government of Kadbeam on such kinds of things? It can just be an evolving role where government can be able to keep this for educational development. It would help in moving forward in this. You see, I want us to know is that the more we are all witnesses and then we will know the mindset of our current president. the private school show better results, better performance of their own. You understand? Not the linear prominent schools, the low to medium cost private schools. They are in terms of performance, in terms of, because there is high level of commitment of teachers. There is punctuality in those schools. We don't discover that some of the public schools here, teachers are very high. Maybe they go once in a month or once in a week, and there's no effective monitoring and supervision. So things are less, loose. But all, in the private sector or private schools, no matter how they are, you see that there's still some level of commitment and punctuality. Teachers are doing their duty. So at the end of the day, it still shows direct, impact on learning, because it's very teaching. Learners learn. And at the end of the day, you bring a child from public school and a child, and there has been a lot of studies which you can always get into on that has shown that learners of private school perform better on the average than learners in public school. And I think because teachers don't take those, I don't want to use, but you know what I mean, they're not always there to teach technically. Not because they are not better qualified. They are better qualified. They have not good SCA, many of them are TRCS, 5 and all that. But they are not there to do the real job on ground. But in private school, you might find covers, you might find graduates, you might find OND holders, SC holders, but they are committed to their work. And at the end of the day, the learners have to be better than public school. And that becomes why, if I take, maybe perhaps in this hall, how many of us have our kids in public schools, I mean at the primary and secondary, the number will be majority would go to mothers. Whether it is faith-based, whether it is community, whether it is professional private courses, some kind of conflicts there. So that is all about it from me. I know we have discussed so many things. In closing, I would like for us to, since my awareness came in, so I will also give you a little time to be able to talk to us just on how to move forward individually. We have discussed extensively exactly on the education and for people to work together with Kadbeam. But we would like to have you closing remarks from you before we start this session. Thank you, everyone. How many of us are familiar with the report? You heard about it? When we've been around for almost 2 years. How many? Yeah. It's like almost 90% are now. What happened? Yes, it's possible. So, I think I'm happy because we have a challenge, so I requested that they should bring the issue into Kadbeam so that we are able to reform Kadbeam. We've already done the kind of PPP readiness for the education sector in 8 states, and in addition to that, we were able to establish collaboration with the state government, the PPP forum, and we also have a strategic plan which we supporting. And so it's a good opportunity because we know that Kaduna has issues that has to do with out of school, and we know that the Fish Out of School initiative is ongoing through the World Bank and the Islamic Development Bank to address the issue of out of school. So it's good that we begin to look at how we can come in as Kadbeam to begin to do advocacy with the state government, especially looking at different PPP options that are available that can be used to address issues related to out of school, and also to see how government can mobilize a lot of resources from that angle to address a lot of challenges related to out of of schools. And also for us to identify philanthropists, politicians, some stakeholders within the community that we can approach with possibly our action plan or strategic plan to see how we can also mobilize resources. Last year in March, we brought in the representative of the State House of Assembly in Abuja, and also the senators that are representing Kaduna State House of Rep and Senate to share evidentiality to see how we can engage them, especially around PPP, for them to be able to use their constituency allowance to address some of the challenges facing with education. So a lot of different agencies and organized private sector can be brought in. So we want you to broaden your scope of work. Let me also ask another very important question. How many of you have actually tracked women intervention from here? You know, you have a person of tracking of women intervention. Almost all. Where's your report? Can you share your report? Please share your report, please. You have your scorecard for the state. Okay, that's interesting. And how do you think for you to get the new, I mean, the sugar back to sugar? I know government people are here. We are talking here, we can talk now. Is it easy for you to get their action plan? So what are you tracking? Sometimes we do observational tracking. So what do you use to track? Because if you share with you the action plan, and if you can't get it, you can actually go to UBEC. UBEC can give you access to the action plan. Sometimes we are even challenging UBEC to make it public so that on their website you can download any action plan, any approved action plan. So from there you will see where the project has the cost of the project, and then you can go there. So that was part of what I was doing when I was in UC Cisco, this strengthening accountability for community engagement. We are training journalists, civil society people like you, evidence, empower them with tracking tools to get the action plan from UBEC and go to. So I don't know, sometimes they are not happy when they see the action plan. Did you get this delay? So, but because of that collaboration, they've been able to cooperate with the civil society people to ensure that we are tracking. Because when you track for them, it's actually good to help them because most of these politicians that they can't challenge, that you get their funds and not implement, but some of you can challenge them once you bring in your own independent kind of something. Let me try and see if I can get something to share from my university challenge of their products. Yeah.
You know that right now it's going to be difficult for you to get anybody, including people who will talk to you. So that's it now.
Why should it be?
Well, you're one that federal government doesn't like. Federal government doesn't like.
For civil society to interact with the economy. They are representing the citizens, whether they like it or not. You should have access to whatever they are doing. It's your right.
So as a legal person,
yes,
I went and I know what I did. I've been trying to invite Ministry of Education to come and talk about something. It is always later, please. This one, ministers.
But did you talk to Kadbeam about it?
No, actually,
and that's why you need to do it here. I said, so maybe when they see Kadbeam, when you do not know you, when they see your guys in Kadbeam follow you, they have to know.
that
that you go to the Ministry of Health or the Child Protection Authority to go and put this on. So you don't go in there with your camera or with your phone. You drop your phone. So you cannot intervene. When I went to...
Are you interacting with your press people because they definitely have press unit?
None of them are
yes. Because they are your colleagues that you can share.
I'm telling you, sir, it's
all
not
that visibility they need. It's not about the information management of cannot be decentralized. You want to get any information that will go through the chief executive government. So that anything he wants to do, it's not the what to do. So you don't go through the government. That's because can access those things the allowance, but at some point they now find when they got this money, they will buy money back. You know, this guy wants to buy the salary. So when you appointed the environmental assistant, you don't pass that. So that's right. So we can manage the cannabis.
But you know that when people were everyone you can easily talk to the commissioner. Like I have to write a letter to them. They got me, I went to the president's acting chair. At the end of the day, sent me something. The cabinet member, whatever, we came. All the things in the same, why? That's one. All the thing was the government was overturning the law. So most of the question I was even asking, people were asking, people answer. That's what I'm trying to tell you, they can't come. Everybody is actually using that. This one is not that I was told. It is me that very soon I know how as a people there, one of the people like me, but I had to, the child education. And I had to go to some schools. I was giving the lowdown of the school that I went to and the things I saw. You know why they don't give me the right answer? Because you don't know. Because you say, I'm somebody who is talking on behalf of government. That's all. I'm hearing the government. So the issue is not really there. So some of them tell you that they are fine. They don't want to do their jobs, so they cannot come.
We'll try and see if it's here. Let's try and see what further political engagement we could do about that to ensure that everything will at least provide that opportunity for you to have assets. Because we are not having assets. Whatever they are preparing from you, some people in the social media space will still stay in a lot of things. People have been worked on what they have been organized and motivated by you. Hello. So none of you have seen the UN action plan for communities, basically. Are you interacting with the zonal office of UN here in Kaduna? Look at agency with issues interacting. Like for instance, this one now contains every area where it took us time for us to get this. Even when I was getting leader, we would do action plan with my kids. Whatever they are going to submit in Abuja, different from what we are doing. And when I say share it with us, they are not ready to share. So for us to get it this way, it was tough. I did assessment of LCT, Kano, Lagos, and Enugu. When I brought out my letter in the LCT, the way they were looking at me as if I one DSS person, the chairman looked at it and said, "You is what the It was the original letter which I'm supposed to take to us in the original letter from me." And he was still saying, "I will look into it, we will investigate this." Just to intimidate me. They are so scared. But eventually, we got this part of the state of this. We tell them to exit. So eventually, at the end of the day, after doing the analysis, this is kind of tracking that we came up with. This is tracking basic education fund in Lagos State for all the state. So we expect that at the end of the day, we will see people going to state and to school sites looking at different kind of way. I don't have enough time today. I'm supposed to put you through different kinds of tracking tools that you can even use to track a project from foundation down to completion level. And what are the evidences we should look for? All everything is I'm going to share that with you. Maybe if I have any of that kind of maybe if I try kind of so, but I will share some of this things with you, but I just want to encourage you. Don't get discouraged. There are a lot of challenges. You know, you media people, everybody is scared of you because they know that you carry power with your pen because there's a lot of things. So, but let's engage government in a more positive way. Let's show them we are friendly, we are interested in citizenry, and that we are not here to damage their reputation, that we are here to actually provide evidence we are safe from the pain, to share with them so that they can inform good governance and know what they are going to do. And not just see every time they see president say, this is again. They are always scared. But let's try and play our rapport and let them have the assurance that we are their friends and that we are appreciating them, whatever they do, we will still bring them. But if they are not doing it well, we also let them they are paid, that we should not find us as enemies.
Sir, the kind of thing I mean, like, let me give myself for example, the kind of woman I do. I have a segment where I'm inviting you to come and talk by yourself. So afterwards, and then people will ask questions. I go get my evidence, and then I ask you questions. I also get the eligible for all that. Let them collaborate. So that at the end I can collaborate. So that at the end of the day, people will now see, okay, this is what government is doing. If people have questions and there are misconceptions, it's now up to you for you to be able to interact through this or to address it so that you give them the right. But at the end of the day, you don't want to come. So if you are not ready to come, and I call on them with what I already asked, they'll reject it. So that's the thing. So it's not as if I go and then I go and talk about it. I'm not telling you, okay, this is what I have. Later, let's discuss. But that's not what
Let Kadbeam and the fleet be more useful to ensure that we get the attention of key people that need to hear us so that they will say, oh, if you achieve this in those nights, so that we know how we are going to use it and we can form a kind of strategic meeting for us to deliberate on it. So we need to change our strategy to see how we can get it done in a more better way. So thank you everyone for your support and for the good work that you are doing. Every time there are activities like this, I'm always impressed with the kind of visibility and projection that the Kadbeam is doing. You always, sometimes when you Google information on advanced play, you always see some of these reports coming from your site, showcasing what we are doing and giving it visibility, which is very good. And we want to also encourage you to continue because we are doing it in the interest of the Nigerian children. And there is hope that they're going to be better. Okay, don't get discouraged. Whichever government that is around, within a time, they will simply, but let's just keep doing what we are doing so that we don't let whatever we are doing to actually frustrate us from doing what is right. So thank you everyone. We'll definitely share some other useful documents with Armin is going to pass that across the world. Apologies in I never knew I would have series of meetings. I have 3 meetings and still have 1 more at 4 o'clock. So apologies that we wasted my whole day. I thought I would come and support that because now it's like they are that that I can't provide 1 hour support for him. Thank you, everyone.
sharpness what happened, like one media presentation, we know that. Okay, now before I forget, okay, can we just look at it in the next step? I just captured what I think supposed to be there. So if I add your own, let me just, one I said, share the harmonized activity you play, and so such a class is not play an attractive member. Members. So, Alex, I don't know, is it you? Can you say this is a so you can have, so what? I don't know whether you can have that shared. No, maybe they are not you, it's a big program. No, yes, you are right. Now, okay. So, sir, now, functionality assessment report. Since you say you don't have it, hopefully I will send to the secretariat by tomorrow. What do you have it? The secretariat, you can report. Because since you said it's part of the thing, you help you to look at and here we are at that level. I will suggest. I think I read the report and I understand you say you are using a member volunteer this piece, right? For as cardio secretariat. I'm not thinking around that. Remember, for the space, office space, office space for cardio. All you have is a office space that is not a member's office that you are sharing. No. So this is something very important, right? Because if you are sourcing of something, you actually require for that. And I think, yes, you said care to the rest of it. Is it after all? What about the local government? They have close when I check it out, you get it. You want to do that. You don't have any, okay, you don't have any system. You guys find that mathematics is very okay for us as Kadbeam. I'm saying this with my seriousness. We want to begin to get such a form. These are the things that want to happen. Please, then back in the office space. Let's have some one or put your name in the chair or back. Whenever you need to grab stuff now, you can, challenge or whatever that you can do that. So what I'm saying is that this is another thing that we need to touch on. Now, quickly, because I think meeting with Kadbeam, next meeting with Kadbeam, let me just mention down here. Next meeting with Kadbeam, to fine-tune this and see how we can. So, share from now, let me send this by tomorrow. Tomorrow is 12, right? 12.
Second week of March, 11th of April, I'm sorry, March. Next 1 month. No, fasting. You don't work in fasting. So now we have this thing. You have everything to add as next step. If you don't, I think this is what we are going to work on. I will really take this to government. I expect this government will really take it to government. I'll send it to the political assessment. Once we share it, I think it's better for Kadbeam, even the secretary to look at it and see those things that are really things that we need to work on. And because for me, I want to see Kadbeam getting funding. Right? Getting funding and so and some of these things that we refer to, these are just some of them are engineering. So I think we tell you some of the things that are supposed to be. So thank you very much. Any questions, comments? I think we've done justice for you. Yes, you. Oh, I don't. Secretary. Thank you. See you. You ready now? Okay. Here. No? So thank you very much. I think, like I said, thank you for the time. Your input, and it's very important that this once we look at what we think we can support as people, we just feel that and we support. Those that we cannot support, of course, other partners will come and join and to support that. So thank you very much. You all want to ticket, right? Okay, the restaurant, of course, most of them know the restaurant, so go there and take your, eat your, and thank you very much. And see you.